So till now we have studied about the primary induction, in which we discussed about the induction of the mesoderm and the induction of the nervous tissue. So now we will discuss the secondary induction. So what is the secondary induction? All the inductive events following the primary inductive events during an animal's life. Primary inductive events क्या है? Mesoderm induction and nervous tissue induction. So after that जितनी भी inductive की events होती हैं, they are all known as secondary inductions, right? So now we will discuss two different types of inductions, that is instructive induction and permissive induction. So instructive induction क्या होता है? As the name indicates, instructive means the inducer, it gives instructions to the tissue like to what it will differentiate into, कि वो जो tissue है वो किस में differentiate होगा, तो उसकी instruction कौन देता है? Inducer. For example, the interaction between the optic vesicle and lens is a type of instructive induction. So now let's see how it is. So this is our brain, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. जो forebrain है, it gives rise to two lateral projections which are known as optic vesicles. Now these optic vesicles, as they come in contact with this head ectoderm के साथ जैसे ये contact में आते हैं, तो this optic vesicle it invaginates to form the optic cup. At the same time, the head ectoderm it also invaginates to form a lens placard, right? तो धीरे धीरे क्या होता है कि ऑप्टिक कप की इन्वेजिनेशन और लेंस प्लेकार्ड की इन्वेजिनेशन इट डीपन्स एंड अल्टीमेटली लेंस इज formed in front of the optic cup, and the optic cup it also differentiates to form the retina. और ये जो लेंस है, now it also induces the head ectoderm को भी induce करेगा to differentiate into the cornea, right? अब साइंटिस्ट ने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया कि उन्होंने फर्दर एक्सपेरिमेंट किया कि उन्होंने इसके बीच में एक सेलोफिन शीट इंसर्ट कर दी बिटवीन द ऑप्टिक कप एंड द हेड ectoderm. So what did they observe? That the lens formation it did not take place. And then they removed the optic vesicle from this head ectoderm. Even then in this case also lens was not formed. So what does it indicate? It indicates that this optic vesicle it acts as an inducer for the formation of the lens, right? So this is an example of instructive induction. So now the permissive induction. What is permissive induction? As the name indicates, it gives permission. So the responding tissue, it has the potential to develop, but it needs certain environment for its expression, right? तो उसके अंदर full potential है कि वो किस में differentiate होगा वो tissue, but इसको क्या चाहिए? एक permission चाहिए. It can be in the form of some chemical or by environmental factor or anything. For example, many tissues they need a solid substrate for their development, for example fibronectin or laminin, right? So these fibronectin or laminin they do not alter the type of the cell, but they allow their expression. So this is an example of permissive induction, right? So let's discuss now the mechanism of induction. जो inductors होते हैं, what are inductors? These are the chemicals which are secreted by the inducer, which pass on to the respondent, and then the tissue it responds or it differentiates. So the inductors, how they move from one tissue to the another tissue. First method is through direct cell to cell contact. We know in between the cells pores are present, so the inductors they move via the pores, and this is called junctional communication. Now another method of movement of inductors is through diffusion. So through diffusion they pass over certain distance from the inducer to the responder. Another way is that through extracellular matrix which is secreted by the inducer itself, right? For example collagen, which helps in the differentiation of myoblasts into muscle cells. Now the chemicals which are produced by the organizers they act in two ways, that is on the transcriptional level or on the post-transcriptional level. So first of all let's discuss transcriptional level. So at the level of transcription, what is transcription? It is the formation of RNA from DNA. So at that time these inductors they repress certain genes, right? So certain genes they are not allowed to participate in transcription, right? So we know that chromosomal proteins, they are also associated with the DNA. They are of two types, that is histone proteins and non-histone proteins. And histone proteins kya hai? They are only they are of 5 major kinds, so they are non-specific in their regulation. And the non-histone proteins, they are present in large numbers, so they have a specific regulation. So these chromosomal proteins, they also determine which part of the DNA it will transcribe into RNA and which part will not. So at the transcriptional level also, the chemicals, they regulate the induction. Now, if we see the post-transcriptional level, means after the DNA it has been transcribed into mRNA, still the cells, they can alter their phenotype. How? By processing of the mRNA. Processing of the mRNA means certain parts of the mRNA, they may be degraded or they may be made unfunctional. So this is how they can change their expression, and hence they will change the differentiation of that particular cell.